Hello, this is Dr. Cooper, and this is a podcast for the ENG102 Freshman Composition course. Today's podcast is the Week 6 weekly podcast. So last week was a busy week, so I'm glad that most of you got all of your assignments completed. Good job. And now we are continuing on with our research process. So this week we have assignment number 6 to work on. We're also going to start reading about arguments, chapter 10, in your online textbook. Make sure that you read that chapter because that's the chapter that the quiz that we have at the end of this module will focus on mostly. Okay, so I also have a lesson for you that I'm repurposing from week 4 just to make sure that you paid attention and you understood what was going on in it. I posted again the writing arguments lesson. So make sure you go through that again. Also, I've given you some extra information to help with chapter 10 with a document called the Toolman model of argument. So you'll need to read that. But basically, this week's lesson focuses on what are periodicals and how do we search the databases for periodicals. One of the things that you will learn, or that you should learn, is that when doing an academic research paper similar to the one you're doing now, your instructors are going to be looking for you to be using academic sources. And searching Google, as we've talked about previously, is not going to be what they're expecting from you. The most valuable resource or source that you can use in a research paper would be database sources and periodicals. So make sure that you understand first off what periodicals are and then what are the different types of periodicals, okay? Because we're going to do 2 research assignments where we search the databases for periodicals. This one will be a more general search where you'll be allowed to use magazines, newspapers, and journals, whereas the upcoming assignment where we search again for periodicals, you'll focus only on journal articles and scholarly research articles, okay? So I presented a lesson for you that is titled, What are Periodicals and How to Search a Database? Okay, so make sure that you become an expert on that, all right? I also added in a quick little Google video that's humorous about, a student who is not using scholarly sources in his paper, and the girl's trying to, fill him in on why that's not a good thing. I love the accents too, so make sure you watch that. Both of these videos that I'm talking about are very short. Okay, so for assignment number 6, again, assignment number 6 is an Odyssey assignment. So remember, Odyssey assignments are required, so you want to make sure that you complete them. And in this assignment, you're going to locate periodicals in databases. So it's a very simple assignment. Basically, you're going to click on the databases from the school library, and again, you'll need your EGCC account to be able to log in if you're off campus. Again, you don't have to use the school library, but if you choose to use public library, Phoenix or Glendale, the system should work the same. Just my instructions will be a little different. So I'm gearing it off of the GCC library. Also, I want to make a note, there's a big picture of Ask a Librarian 24/7 chat. If you have questions about your research, you're not finding anything, go ahead and click that link and chat with a librarian. These are the experts. They're paid to help you. So that's their job. They're expecting to hear from you if you are stuck. So don't fail to use that source by saying, I don't want to bug anybody. That's their job. They're waiting and they're ready to help you. So you're going to go into and you're going to search the academic databases, and I've given you a link to that right in the assignment page. You don't have to choose the one that I've chosen for you to use. You can choose any of the databases that are in the list from the school library. They're listed by subject. Okay. Now, once you choose them, you're going to select 4 citations. Now, you don't have to have a full text of all 4 citations. You really only need the full text of one of those articles. But you do want to write the bibliography information of all 4 and add that to your working bibliography. Okay. Now, once you've chosen the 4 and you have the full text of one of the articles, then you're going to use some information from the article to do a paraphrase. I think it's a paraphrase in this assignment. One key element that students often forget is your new word list. Now, the whole point of the word list is that you are gathering a list of terms that will help make searching on the web and in databases easier to pull up topics. So, for instance, if you're doing a paper on gay marriage and every time you do a search you only type in gay marriage, you're limiting yourself to the sources that might pop up. So you want to build a bigger vocabulary to help you search and get better results. So you would add to that new word list any new words that pop up during the research process. Okay, so again, copy the bibliography information from the 4 citations. We're still on MLA format, so make sure you're following that. You want to make sure that you have at least 2 journals and then 2 magazines or newspapers, or 1 of each. But you need to have at least 2 journals. So I want you to see the difference and have a variety. Again, only 1 full text is necessary article for this assignment. Now, the first thing you're going to do is look at the abstracts of those 4 citations and write why each citation has interest for you. Do it separately. Don't write them all in 1 paragraph. Do 1 paragraph for each article. Okay, don't give me the fill in the blank, it's interesting, it's informative, etc. Be specific about why this article is interesting to you. Okay, now from the full text article, what you're going to do is read it and you're going to paraphrase. So you're going to choose 2 small sections. You're going to write the original and then paraphrase. Okay, add your citations to your working bibliography, and then you're done with this assignment. Now, at the end of this assignment, I want for you to talk to me again. Now, I haven't replied back to you for Perspectives 2, but I've read those, and I'm getting a good feel for where you're going in this with this project. So what you're doing is filling me in. Don't keep writing the same thing. I want to know where you are now. Now that you've done all of this extra work for the past 2 weeks, how are you feeling about your project now? Are you feeling better about it? Has your argument changed? Has the direction changed? These are the types of things that I'm looking for in your research perspectives. Again, your working bibliography, which naturally would be a part of a research perspectives, we turn that in with the assignment, so you don't have to turn it in again with your research perspectives. Again, I really appreciate those of you that are recording video and audio your research perspectives. It helps me understand better where you're going and where you're coming from when I can just see or even just hear you talk about your project compared to just writing it up. So any new people want to try that for this next perspectives, go for it. It's not hard. It's actually kind of fun. You get to see me, or I get to see you. All right, so don't forget to look at the example of assignment number 6 before you submit your own, and then of course take a quick look at the rubric so you'll know how you'll be graded. All right, that assignment is due by Sunday, and then that's it. Next week we're going to get back the outlines, and we'll start working on the next phase of our paper. All right, good luck to all of you, and if you have questions, you know where to find me.